to prove a point, Alice. Good morning. We are having a mooring up kind of day today. Kath's making breakfast. Unusually so. And I'm cleaning the table.
Unusually so.
Very usually so. And I've got a heap of paperwork to do today. I'm starting a little art course on my other channel, so click over to that if you want to see it. And so I'm doing a heap of the filming for that because this is a really nice quiet spot. We have the engine running, but just for about an hour to charge the batteries. We installed the battery monitor, and when we installed the battery monitor, people said to us, oh, the battery monitor, something to obsess over. And we thought, oh yeah, whatever. But actually we are a little bit obsessed. So yesterday, so for the past week we have been moored up, broken down at Thule's boatyard, and then so we had electricity, so we were on 100%, the batteries got topped up. And then yesterday we ran the engine, and we ran the engine while we were moving. We did 2 loads of washing while we were moving.
No, one was on the electricity.
Oh, we did 1 load of washing on the electricity. We did 1 load of washing while we were moving, and I ran a little mini computer fan once we stopped the engine.
I think that's what drained the battery, to be quite honest.
Kath's face when I ran it was like, and we
used lights with abandon. No,
I did put the bathroom light on and the lounge room light on when I went to the toilet. I know, I didn't want to tell you.
My goodness.
But this morning when we checked the battery monitor, it's only at 65%. So Kath left the immersion heater on yesterday.
No, when I unplugged, so we had, because we were on shore power, I turned the immersion heater on so that we would continue to have hot water because we couldn't generate it by running the engine. And then when Anna Marie turned the inverter on to do the washing, the immersion heater was still on. So it's a combination of the 2 of us managed to do that.
Anyway, we're down to 65%, which is why we're running the engine, and we are a little bit concerned that the batteries may be knackered. We'll have to run the engine for 3 hours today because we're not moving. It's meant to be a stinking hot day. So we'll have to run the engine for 3 hours. We'll do an hour this morning before breakfast, and then when I'm painting, because it's a little bit loud and noisy, we'll
the painting, that is.
We'll turn the engine off. We might run it again for an hour or 2 over lunch if nobody's in here, and then this afternoon when it's cooler down the end of the boat or when we're outside on the towpath, we'll run it again for another hour. So, or sometimes we just forget and leave it running for the 3 hours in the morning. But that's the plan. Lots of people have asked, how long do you have to run your engine for to keep yourself topped up with electricity? We have some electronic devices, so we have to run the engine to top them up probably once a day. We've got the solar panels that are portable that you've seen in another video, and they store the power into a battery pack which keeps our phones running, so we don't use anything on the boat to charge the phones. But we do have the Wi-Fi connected to the batteries via a 12 volt line, and that keeps going. And we run the fridge and we run the toilet, but Kath keeps reassuring me that the toilet only takes 1 amp.
The toilet has a very minimal draw per day. The internet device only takes about 6 amps a day.
Okay.
I have done a full power audit of everything.
Would you like to see that?
The main, as everybody knows, the main draw is the fridge.
Yeah.
And we're not in a position to turn that off at the moment because we
It's
like having
full.
our food cold.
So that's pretty much the day. We're gonna check back in with you throughout the day and let you know how it's going.
What?
Why is the tomato on the top?
That's how cheese on toast is
No,
cooked.
it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's really not.
Mum, will you tell her?
You put the cheese on. You put the cheese on top of the tomato so that the cheese melts on top of the tomato.
It's cheese on toast with tomato on top.
Cheese and tomato on toast.
Cheese and tomato on toast.
I've never ever seen that in my life, and I worked
in Wales.
I worked in hospitality for 10 years. And you just lived in Wales.
I just learned how to make cheese on toast.
The wind has just picked up and I'm going to pull the clothes in. I'm really glad that I had them tied off how I had them tied off, because they have a little peg on the top there and also a windlass at the bottom, or else I fear that somebody else would have been pulling them out of their prop. Well, to be fair, I would have just gone and fished them out of the canal. I happen to be standing next to the battery monitor, and so if you remember this morning we ran the engine. We said we were going to run it for an hour. We probably ended up running it for about 2.5 hours, maybe 3. And so I'm going to have a look and see. Yeah, it's kind of held the charge. It says that it's on 95. So really, that's the only bit I look at on the side there. But if you have a look in the morning, I reckon it'll be back down to 65. We're not really running anything. We don't have anything on. I'm going to recharge the camera. Now everybody knows, Munchie, this is you in the middle of the day. Can't deny it now. There's your beautiful ladylike sister. And then there's you. I've gone through what we call Storage Mountain, looking for some batteries. It's Kath's storage. So we have a Duracell, tiny little, hopefully one, and then a Wilco's one, and then never mix batteries. Why do you keep one? When do you ever? And then this Eco Power GP battery.
3 different ones.
Yeah, AAA's. I'm gonna put them into the temperature reader and let you know. I'm feeling like it's probably an Australian 20 or a British 25. What do you think the temperature is?
Inside.
Yes, inside. 25. Ooh, okay. Alright, here we go. Yes, it's working. The hatch. Wow! Alright, so let's see what the world temperature is just in... What? Oh, cats are coming. They love this toy. Sorry, Munchie. No playing with lasers. Wow, that's the shady half of the boat. Munchie and Kath. you're both wrong on your suggestions that it would be 25?
35.
You're so close. See what the temperature is in here. Same. Munchie. 31 degrees. Yeah. Look at his little belly panting. (31 degrees). So what's my advice to you if you live on a boat and it's 31 degrees inside your boat? I think it's really important to moor up in the shade. I think it's really important to take the windows out. We leave bowls of water all over the boat for the cats, and they love to drink out of my painting bowl in particular, so I make sure that's always got clean water in it. And for us, we recently bought some of those really cheap 16p ice lollies, so we stick them in the freezer, and believe it or not, we have cups of tea, and that keeps us hydrated, but it also kind of gives us something to do. We made sure that the cooking for dinner that we had to do was done in the morning, and then we just kind of manage the energy. And quite honestly, I did not think it was that hot in the boat, but it kind of explains why when I touch the quilt cover it feels hot, but I actually feel quite good. So I think maybe staying hydrated and just kind of lowering the amount of things that you do. It does explain why so many boats have gone by and people have been a little bit less than happy, shall we say. Okay. That was our kind of hiding out from the weather episode. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you found it slightly interesting. I know it was a little bit different from our usual cruising videos, but as you can see, we couldn't really cruise today. It would have been a bit ridiculous, and we don't really have anywhere to be, so it was also pointless to push ourselves in that way. So I got a few paintings done today, which was nice. If you want to see what paintings I did today, I'm running a little painting challenge over on my Art by Anna Marie YouTube channel, so you can click over and have a look at that, and you can enter the challenges yourself if that's something you're interested in. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe and like and share. Thanks. Bye.